rid of Onyxia chasing after you for a moment, but as soon as you come out of Ice Block, she'll be right back on your chance. So, this is the hardest part of the whole fight, is transitioning from phase 2 to phase 3. If we can let Chop Your Head get aggro back onto Onyxia and get her into position, under control, then it's basically a win. Everyone gets the kill. So, phase 3, very similar to phase 1, except that she now also gets a Bellowing Roar. This is a raid-wide AoE fear, and it will cause eruptions from the cracks in the ground that you can see here, and that deals a good chunk of fire damage, so try to avoid being near a crack. This isn't always avoidable, sometimes you just get bad luck on where your character runs. So, that brings up the next part. Dwarf priests, we need to keep fear wards up on one designated healer. I think that's going to be Kylesifer, since he's one of the dedicated main tank healers. And we need to also keep it on, obviously, the main tank, Chop Your Head. If you could discuss among yourselves how you want to rotate the fear wards on that, that would be great. But that really needs to be up at all times, because if the tank gets feared and turns Onyxia towards the raid, she breathes on the raid, and we wipe. It's over. So very, very important that we keep a fear ward up on him at all times. Now, for the other off tanks in this fight, it is fine if you keep your threat high. In fact, it's preferred if you can keep your threat somewhat high, but do not pass Chop Your Head, because then you risk wiping the raid. The reason I say that is if she comes down and for whatever reason Chop Your Head can't grab the aggro, she's just running out of range of him, then at least you can pick her up and bring her to the top of the chamber. That brings me to my next point. If you do get aggro on Onyxia, go towards where Chop Your Head is tanking her in phase 1. If we can get her to the top of the chamber and facing away from most of the raid, then we may be able to survive still, even if you die.
When you're done, I have something to add, by the way.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's everything, actually.
We only, I think, we only have 2, oh no, we have 3, 3 fear words, so we need 1 on the main tank, 1 on both the tech healers, so I need to know who the tech healers are. One, you said one is Kylesifer, and the other one is?
Paladin.
Alright.
But top priority is Chop Your Head.
Yeah,
for sure.
I got something to add.
Noodles will make sure that Chop Your Head has his spear on.
I think we should have 2 priests just concentrating on Chop Your Head's fear ward, and then the last dwarf fear ward should go on the one of the healers, one of the tank.
Yeah, I agree.
For melee DPS, always be between her front and her back leg, always in the middle of that, never front or back. When we're on phase 3, never stand close to the well cave, because you're going to be feared into it, so be as far as you can from the well cave. During phase 2, obviously always be spread out, don't be standing next to somebody else to avoid splash. And melee DPS, you want to pop all your cooldown when she starts running to the back of the room, transitioning into phase 2. That's where you want to put your best DPS, melee.
Oh, thanks. I almost forgot about that. Yeah.
Also, all the warriors, stay in Berserker stance and use your Berserker Rage to avoid the fear on phase 3.
Does anyone have any questions at all? Okay. Let's see. We are missing a Paladin buff. We don't have. Do we have? I know that our Paladins are red.
We have no kings.
Okay. So we don't have kings. Can you do Blessing of Life?
Who needs it?
Let's go ahead and, if you are not doing Might or Salve on roads, if you can do Light on.
I'll do. This is Mass. I'll take care of light. On Choppy.
Okay, sounds good.
As well,
I mean, like,
when
Well, is there really a point in putting light on Choppy since there's only priest healers here?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's no point. We'll just keep might and salvation on all the other warriors, and maintain everything else on everybody else. So it's fine. We don't need light.
We need to make sure that the dwarven priests know who their target is for the fear. Light, do you want to be on Choppy or do you want to be on? I'm sorry, what was that name again? Kaiser.
Who is the secondary tank? Just wondering.
The tanks are gonna be Baltazar, Jervis, and Chop.
Okay, gotcha.
As well, when we reach 42% on phase 2 on Onyxia, you want to stop all dots and only do direct damage with your spells, so you don't have aggro when she transitions with dots.
Alright, Light and Snooties, if you could just take care of Choppy Head's Fear Ward, I'll take care of Kaiser for that.
Alright, you guys get on the fear wards. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a refresh on Salve and then we'll go.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure, just in case, that he's got Fear Ward. Because sometimes you have a couple seconds to go before you go down, she might fear again.
Right. And also off tanks, main tank, if you have salve on you, be sure to click it off.
Gotta love that mechanic, right?
Yeah.
It's such a pain in the ass. It's the same thing with light too. It's like if we have like 8 warriors in the group and I have to put light on the warrior, then it's like here.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready to go. So chop your head, we'll go in first. Everyone kind of follow and suit behind him.
All DPS go sideways on the
Yes,
sides.
go to the sides.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Wait. Do we assign odd numbers and
No.
the other numbers? No.
No, we're just gonna go along east side on the right.
You ready?
Yep.
He meant for the spread, when it's up in the air.
Let's go.
Yeah, that'll be like honestly the whelps are like enough. No damage here, guys. Do not get in front of Onyxia. Keep chopping your head up. No damage on
You're in
Onyxia yet.
front. Can't be in front of her,
Fucking
guys.
kidding me?
Look at the whelps on right. Hey,
You're
release
not
whelp.
well.
Start low damage on Onyxia. All roads use your base on cleanup.
Whelps on the left side, west side. Coming over.
We don't want to use the battle res yet. Just use this phase. We have plenty of people alive.
Whelps
Up
on the
the
left.
whelps on the east side, west side. About to be kicked into the damn caves.
Yeah, guys, if you're getting kicked back by your tail, you're not up far enough.
Get your blessing.
If you see where diamond is range, if you're wondering how far up you can go, that's about as far up as you can go. Nice and steady, guys. Keep up. We're doing good. Remember, keep using space on you, though. far down the chamber. Melee, throw these finger cooldowns, do all the damage you can. Alright, first.
Make sure we keep all 16 dots up on her.
Yep, full dots the whole time here. If we keep full dots, then we don't die.
Spread out. You're standing next to somebody that's whelps.
Alright, melee killed him.
They we taunting on the east side.
Alright, spread.
Melee, if you see ranged low on, throw them a bandage.
Remember, guys, be careful with standing next to the whelp caves when she comes down.
Make sure we got 16 dots up. We need more dots on any dots. We need more warlock dots on their stat.
We only have 2 left.
Rends. She's down on the east side of the
Phase three,
cave.
we'll
Warriors can render.
Yeah, we need more dots on. More dots on.
Put your dots
Onyxia.
on.
Phase 3 we started soon.
Get away from the whelp caves, guys.
Speedy. Y'all need to watch those threat.
Whelps.
Speedy and Snape. There's the threat that overpush, man.
Kill the whelps, guys.
Alright, vanish, feign death, vanish, feign death. If you have aggro ring, that makes it on the top. Alright, all things, throw whatever threat you can on Onyxia. No damage on Onyxia right now.
Just turn and breathe on a shitload of people.
Yep, I got feared.
Yeah, this is the hardest part of the fight.
It's on Chop. Chop's got it.
Okay, Chop's got it now.
Remember, don't be standing in front of her.
Everybody's good.
Dead right now. I told y'all to watch y'all threat.
One whelp, east side.
Got the Lord, I'm dead.
Alright, that's away. So we did phase 1 and phase 2 pretty well. We only had one bad death in phase 1. But it
I
happens.
just got to
Stuff
watch y'all
happens.
threat on that second phase. That was the only problem. A couple people pushed a little too. Yeah, we probably should have got some of the you get under her more doing damage. They weren't the ones forward. Oh.
Yeah, so we really don't need like hardly any damage at all from our ranged DPS, especially our casters. We need you to have dots up and have and dishing damage in phase 2. We have plenty of melee DPS to carry us through phase 1. But one thing that might help a little bit with you generating threat in phase 2, Chop, is you can still hit Onyxia with like for example,
Yeah, I
Rogues
wasn't
can hit
sure
with
about
Sinister
that.
Strike.
That could still be shield slamming her and shit.
Yeah, whatever generates the most threat. Try to hit her with that. As long as we keep full dots up on Onyxia in phase 2, you won't get hit by DK. Just kind of like we did there.
We'll get it. We just gotta nail down that transition.
Yep, that wasn't bad for a first attempt, honestly.
Even
That's pretty good.
Just breathe the very exact moment she twisted. We would have been.
Yeah, that's what got me too. I know you guys may not have it on you, but if you have a greater fire protection, popping it right whenever she's landing on phase 3 is a pretty good time to have it up.
Stop getting hit into the damn whelp caves in phase 1. We had that happen like 4 times.
Now I gotta remember where the
I'm all following you. The dreaded walk of shame.
because we have enough off tanks to handle the whelps with Chop just focusing on Onyxia during. Careful zoning in. Try to see if any trashes respawn. And trash respawns fairly quick here in the next. But the upside is there's only 3 pulls of it. So.
It's not yet. It needs 2-3 wipes.
The tank healer should probably just let your mana regen during phase 2. Let the other healers take care of it. The rest of it.
Yeah, I had
And it just disappeared.
a good try for first try. Yeah, we got her to 35%.
Paladins, be sure we need fire resistance aura a lot more than we need devotion.
Alright, I can take care of that.
That only goes group wide, so like whatever group is in with Paladin, congrats, you get a little extra.
So does the main tank need fire resistance more than he needs Devo? Because like, does 918 additional armor outweigh fire resistance, or?
Fire resistance. The hardest thing she does damage-wise is that breath. That's why when she turned and hit us with breath, we like.
That's good. That's all I needed. I got fire. I got fire resistance on for Choppy's group now, so we should be good. Blood, Kyle, Smash, and Xeno are good to go. 。
Chop, you got south. Don't forget to remove.
Yeah, main tanks. Don't forget to main tanks and off tanks. Don't forget to remove salvation.
Baxall, you still have it.
Alright, I'm watching some mana bar. As those mana bars get full, I think we might be ready, and I'll do a ready check.
And I did not use my soul stone, so we got that.
Our off tanks are Balthazar and Jervis, yes?
Correct.
Just a side note, for melee, remember, if you're sitting too far back and getting knocked back, you're literally getting hit by her tail. So be up by her front paw, but don't be near her head.
Sanai, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, chop your head whenever you're ready. We'll be following your lead here.
Let's roll.
Remember, no damage for a while here. Do not get in front of Onyxia.
Yep, just stutter step up there. Don't get too far ahead. She's gonna breathe before Chop gets him in place.
Hold on damage for just a few more seconds. Alright, start low damage. Don't use your Bane. If you're ranged DPS, especially mages and wolves, I don't care if you're bottom of the damage meters here. I do not want you creating a threat for yourself in this phase. You need the damage coming from melee. Hunters, make sure your pets are not using because pets can wipe us just as easily as anything else if they're threatened.
No, they can feign death.
They can feign death and life death, but...
We'll be back up.
Alright, here goes, here goes. Alright, full dots, guys. Full dots on Onyxia.
Whelp's coming in.
Melee, help with whelp. Be sure to spread out, guys. You all just went through a bad breakup with each other some space.
Rat, move out. Wow. Wipe.
Snoodles ran right up.
That was much money.
Warders coming in too.
I'm not too sure.
Guess someone ran out.
Okay, that's a wipe, guys.
If you can die near the front. Where that guy is.
So, unlucky. So, I was hoping that just keeping full dots would completely block her deep breath. But, I'll go ahead and go through what happens. I know how to avoid most of her deep breath. So, for example, at that time, when Onyxia did deep breath, she was standing right where we typically keep her tanked, right at the top of the chamber. That's going to be the north end of the chamber, right in the center. That means that everyone in the center of the chamber is going to get hit. So if you're at a wall, then you won't get hit. If she moves to the northwest side of the chamber, I'll ping it on the mini map whenever she. Then staying up in the northeast corner will keep you out of the breath. Vice versa, if she's in the northeast corner, you all need to move to the northwest corner. If she is, and it's the same thing, if she's at the south end, just follow the same rules. The only time I'm not 100% sure of like where exactly to stand is whenever she's deep breathing from like kind of over the well.
Is there any warning to it?
She says Onyxia is taking a deep breath, but it's like it makes that emote and then literally maybe 2-3 seconds later she does the breath, so there's not much time to move at all.
Yeah, I think my understanding is she is northeast southwest. She shoots like 5 fireballs, and then she has a chance of either moving 90 degrees to one side, or deep breathing 180 degrees to the opposite end of the room.
So pretty much we need to space out, but not be in the direction that she would be like facing straight up.
Yeah, if she's north, then stand east or west of her.
Yeah, casters, don't worry about the whelps in phase 2. That's melee. I think we might have trash respawn.
We did. And for some reason, that other thing pulled. Hopefully that doesn't pull again. But it's
Careful,
probably
we have
gonna
respawns.
respawn.
I'm just marking her.
That time I wouldn't have had threat issue because I was pushing way more threat on that.
We're in trouble now.
Easier for people. Oh shit.
And can I get a warlock to come out and summon the new ranged?
Do you have a nerd? Mike, you have a third?
Right now it's just me standing outside. Still need a warlock and
Choppy's
another.
following me out here.
Alright, Choppy's got it.
Let's also summon Wisp. Good, please. One last message. Alright, welcome aboard, guys. I think we have the new people in. I'll go ahead.
You got new warlock as well, 58,
Okay.
but it's a matter of dots. So.
Yep, that's another dot source. I'm cool with that. Yeah, it should be much easier now.
It's really, we could have done it. It's just that damn. One reason is I should have switched weapons to a faster attack speed weapon because I'm getting way more rage than I was expecting, and I need to just be able to spam out fucking heroic strike.
Gotcha.
Because I was able to add like 4K more threat compared to the last one, which is like almost 20. Yeah, it's almost 20% more than the last one.
And Ashley, let me. Hey Calcifer, I'm gonna switch you with a feral druid into Chopio's group so that he can generate.
Okay.
Gonna be pushing like 25% crit on a tank. That's all.
We have everyone here. Okay.
Buck can't hurt.
Yeah, go out and summon them. Okay, that's plenty of people. I usually slow this.
Yep, we should have plenty of dots now and damage. And what's nice about having more ranged DPS in phase 2, it means we have more sources of damage. So it means less chance of one ranged person having too much threat going in. Alright. I think we've got everyone now. Let's go ahead and buff up really quick. We'll start taking out the trash once the skull is close by. Let's wait a little bit for skull to get closer because these guys do overlap, and I'd rather not fight two at once. While we're waiting for the trash bowl, for everyone who's new, I'll go ahead and explain the mechanics on Onyxia. So, Onyxia has 3 main phases. Phase 1, we're going to have Chop Your Head bring Onyxia all the way to the far side of the chamber and position her. We do not want any damage during this phase, during this part. We do not want dots, we do not want moonfires, we do not want anything, any sort of damage on her. We want to wait until Chop Your Head has her all the way to the back chamber because she can erase large chunks of threat and she is taunt immune. So phase 1 is all about DPS control. We're going to have melee start light DPS on my call and ranged DPS casters. I want you to only wand. Do not do more than wanding. I don't want you throwing out frost bolts, wrath, whatever. Leave it to the melee to get through phase 1 on damage. This is because on phase 3, whenever she goes berserk, she does not wipe her threat. So whoever has that threat, if casters are dealing a bunch of damage in phase 1 and 2, then you're going to wipe the raid. So anyways, the other part of phase 1 is standard dragon mechanics. Do not get in front of Onyxia. Onyxia will breathe on you and kill you. Do not stand in front of her because she can also cleave you. Do not stand at her tail or near her tail because then she'll damage and knock you back into the whelp cave. You'll spawn a bunch of whelps, everyone will point and laugh at you, and it'll cause a lot of trouble. We want to stay at her side. That's basically it for phase 1. Phase 2, she goes into the air, she'll walk over to the far side of the chamber, take flight, and she'll start throwing fireballs down on random people. It'll do direct damage as well as splash damage, so spread out from each other so you don't take the splash damage. She will also do a deep breath, and I'll explain the deep breath a little more whenever we get into her chamber, but yeah, grab skull. The only way that we can really, best way to avoid deep breath is keeping max dots on Onyxia the whole time. If she's maxed out on dots, she does not get damage. So we keep all 16 dot slots at all times. Other than that, I'll explain deep breath whenever we get closer. Basically, she will light up a huge chunk of the chamber and fire.
Pull that back. I have the other one.
Yeah, Warlocks, I know that your raid DPS rotation is usually Shadow Bolt, Shadow Bolt, but I really don't care about your Shadow Bolts in this fight. I just care about your dots. That's what I really need you to do.
You can only do 1 dot during that phase. She's immune to one of them. She's immune to our 3rd dot, and the 2nd curse is used to apply elements or shadow or something else like that. So we can only put 1 in.
Yeah, so you can do corruption and curse, right?
I can do agony, but it's gonna reduce the raid damage. That's tough.
As long as the dot slot is filled, that's the main thing.
Yeah. So you have your curse, either elements or shadow or reckless, whatever you're using, and then you have corruption. She's immune to ammo.
Okay. Yeah, just be sure that you keep your corruption and curse on her.
Going back.
So that's phase. Whenever we get to the end of phase 2, Nixie will land for phase 3, and whenever she lands, we will stop all DPS. Rogues will vanish. Hunters will feign death. If a mage gets aggro, just sit in ice block until ice block runs out. That'll give the main tank a higher chance to gain threat. We need to wait until Chop Your Head has Onyxia back in position, and wait just a few more seconds.
I don't know. I think your mom said it was yours. I think. I
Could
don't
you
know.
put your mic on push to talk, please?
Huh? Everyone
Put
should have
your
got
mic.
2.
Whoever is talking to someone in their background, can you please put your mic on push to talk so I don't have to talk over you? A Rummer 8.
Just mute him.
Yeah, I sort of muted him. Okay. And the only other ability that she gains in phase 3 is Bellowing Roar. Bellowing Roar is a raid-wide AoE fear. It will cause you to run and take damage. If you run over these cracks, it'll erupt in lava and deal damage, so don't stand on the cracks or you're going to crack your own back. And that's pretty much it. If the tank can get the threat back in phase 3, we pretty much just win. Any final question? Let's go ahead and make sure we got all buffs up. Is it Ronfar in the pyramid?
It might have just not transformed. I might not be getting buffed.
Yeah, yeah, he was buff.
Sweet. That's gonna help.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for mana to get back up. I'll do a
Oh,
ready check and
and
go.
Fear Ward. Yeah, make sure they keep that up because.
Yeah. I don't think we have any new dwarf priests here, so I think they know what's up.
Yeah. Someone refresh my tank yeah, the fear on me.
Why we get blizzes in Elwyn Forest one. Alright,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and start.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck he's there either.
Chop your head.
I'm going.
We're following.
Let's roll.
Remember, no damage. Absolutely no damage. Keep chop your head up. You're not getting in front of Onyxia. You're way in front of Onyxia. Watch yourself.
Yep, she's gonna breathe here in a second.
Very careful here. Okay. She's in position. Give it just a second more DPS. Very light DPS here starting. Rogues, use your paint on cooldown. Hunters, make sure your pets do not have This is not a DPS race. Nice and I know we have a boom cannon. You can even just melee an exaggerated fine. I want to save your damage in phase 2. That's where I really need it.
get your DPS cooldown ready when she
Rogues, get ready to use the Villain Rush here. Alright, full dots, guys. Full dots. That's top priority. Melee will take care of the weapon. Range, take care of Onyxia. Spread out, guys, spread out. Don't stack on each other. Remember, you just want to get that break up with a couple of turns of space.
Wiped out. My deep breath from there.
She could deep breath in 15 seconds. Get to the sides.
Move to the
Okay,
side.
move northwest. Move towards northwest. You see where Star is? That's about where you want to be.
Don't block up though, guys. She's moving.
Alright, move again. She's about to move.
Alright, just stay towards the wall.
Okay, now we'll still stay over here, but closer for.
Circle is safe from that side.
Stage 3 suit.
The dots up.
Stop all dots at 42%. You gotta stop them
Rogues,
so
you
you
can
don't
do
spread
Sinister
out.
Strike on Onyxia.
Remember,
She can
stop
melee
all
you from
dots
here.
at 40. Only direct damage past 42%.
Here we go. Vanish, feign death, vanish, feign death.
Don't stand in the back. Damn it, I didn't have Fear Ward.
No damage here, guys. Only damage to what?
Don't be standing next to the whelp cave, you guys.
Rogues, you can light DPS here. Hunters, you can light DPS. Casters, no damage. Casters, no damage.
I don't know why we're seeing wands and stuff from casters. Just stop DPS.
Top of your head has aggro. Watch where you're standing. Don't stand in front of Onyxia.
Choppy's gonna die.
I don't think there's any healers up.
If she fears me, do I just drop all aggro?
No, like you end up turning on people and you can do.
Yeah, I don't understand why. In aggro, like from my charts, I was still at the top of the group. I mean,
It's not, Jop. I mean, you can't taunt it. There's people still DPSing it. Whoever gets aggro on her is not taking her to the north of the cave. I mean, they're just standing there getting beat on.
Watch Quackman. You see how he's backpedaling up towards the top of the chamber? That's what you want to do. If you have aggro, you want to bring her to the top of the chamber. So that way it's easier for people to avoid getting rebound.
can only push out so much threat, and I'm pushing out a living fuck ton of threat. So whatever happened when it was in the skies, I can't really. I was literally like 10k threat over everybody else.
The only other way that you're going to be losing a ton of threat is if she targets you with fireballs in phase 2, because I know that does wipe some of your threat, which is why we still need off tanks generating a good amount of threat in phase 1. I think that's the longest we survived in phase 3 though, so we are making like, he can't help if he's losing threat on phase 3 if he gets targeted by multiple fireballs in phase.
Isn't the priest supposed to give me fear ward? And he's sitting there bitching to me when I didn't have fear fucking ward, and I got feared right when she dropped down. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's one reason I couldn't get threat, is I was feared the moment she dropped in phase 3. Supposed to be dedicated people for that, I thought.
Does this chop yet?
Yeah.
Alright, then I'll switch to you. Maybe the other priests don't have an add-on that shows them when their buff is not on you anymore.
Yeah, something was happening. Yeah, the moment phase 3 started, I got feared, and then that's why I was asking if fear dropped my threat, because I got feared the moment she dropped. I should have just switched to berserker, but I was hoping I had the fucking buff.
Alright, Holy Paladin. We can get kings now.
Did they say they had kings though?
Oh, I just kind of assumed, but we'll see.
What happens when you see it, right? It's a whole lot of ass.
Out of you and me. We still have some Choppy's tanking, we have Baltzar. Okay, so we lost an off tank, I'm gonna invite him off tank.
We had a third warrior with prot set.
He does not have kings.
You said you need another tank?
We had 3. We had 4 actually in total.
I was gonna say, Quack, you can invite Gizmo. He's tank.
Yeah, Bexal was tank geared.
Yeah, Gizmo Guilty tank.
He's busy with Uber skill.
Oh, gotcha.
And I mean, if you really want me to, I can set it up to where when phase 3 drops, I'll dual wield for the first little while. But the healers are gonna have to like be paying fucking attention,
I mean, you can do that till you grab threat
You
and
can
then
do
throw
that in
your shield.
phase 1 anyways. Her melee attacks are extremely weak. and your shield doesn't mitigate her breath fire damage.
Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah. Just need to set up some things. People come in soon. And I don't want to have to clear that trash again.
Yeah, it only takes a minute to do. It's not too big of a deal. Let's see how many we got in Discord. I think we got everybody. Alright, so for the people that are new, I'm going to go ahead. Hold on, I think actually I did not send it for Don't Even Travel. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and walk through the Onyxia fight for the new people. And let's go ahead and get it. Let's see, do we have any trash respawn? Cool, let's go ahead and get down to the tunnel quick. Because I think they are due to spawn fairly soon. Alright, so the only thing that has been wiping us is the transition to phase 3. Our tank doesn't have enough threat. So what we're going to do this time, a little different, is we're going to wait just like a good 20 seconds after Onyxia is in position to even start DPS. We'll have plenty of mana regen and stuff for healers. We don't really have to worry about that. But this will give us more time to build up threat so that whenever the time does come, whenever we need to have Chop Your Head getting threat in phase 3, it's going to be a lot easier. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so how Onyxia works. 3 main phases. Phase 1, we're going to have Chop Your Head bring Onyxia all the way to the backside of the chamber. He's going to have to slowly backpedal her up to the very back wall. During this time, I do want to see any damage on Onyxia, including dots, including moonfires, including mouse farts, nothing. We're going to wait a good 20 seconds after Chop Your Head has her in position. I'll call out when the 20 seconds are starting, and I'll call out when we should start DPSing. All range damage. This includes casters. This includes, basically casters. I only want you to use your wands during this phase. Nothing more. If you notice you're getting threat in phase 3, guess what? I want you to wand even less. We only need to have the melee dealing damage in phase 1, especially hunters, especially rogues. These are going to be the guys carrying us through phase 1. The only other thing to worry about is standard dragon mechanics in phase 1. So if you get in front of Onyxia, she will breathe on you and one-shot you. If you get in front of her, she can also cleave you, so do not get in front of her. She will also knock you back with her tail if you're too close to her butt, so stay close to her side the whole time. That's all there is to phase 1. In phase 2, she will start running to the far side of the chamber and take flight. During phase 2, we are going to need full 16 dots on her at all times. The reason for this is if she's full on dots, she will not deep breath. So keep full dots the whole time, period. That is your main objective. Melee, you're going to be helping with whelps spawning out of the caves during phase 2. And everybody needs to watch out for fireballs that Onyxia casts down. She'll do direct damage targeting one person and dealing splash damage to those nearby. This means we need to spread out from each other. Give each other some space. Towards the end of phase 2, we want to start slowing the ranged DPS, especially casters like mages and warlocks. Keep your dots up the best you can, but let the hunters really shine here. Rogues, you can also Sinister Strike to help move things along. As soon as she lands in phase 3, hunters feign death, rogues vanish, and stop all damage until Chop Your Head or one of the tanks gains threat on Onyxia and brings her up to the top of the chamber. Give them a few more seconds after that before starting DPS. Even then, I want you to start slow for maybe another 5 seconds and then kind of work into it, and then we can start really dishing some damage. As long as he keeps threat in phase 3, we win. That's basically it. Phase 3, she will also start doing a bellowing roar. It is a raid-wide AoE fear, and it will cause the cracks in the ground to erupt in lava, dealing about 1500 fire damage. So try not to step near the cracks. Don't be near them whenever we're in phase 3 to avoid that damage. And that is basically it. Any questions? Okay.
Alright, we ready?
Okay. On your mark, Chop.
Going in.
Okay, remember, do not get in front of Onyxia here yet, or else you will get one shot. Good job. No damage yet. No damage. Hold. 15 more seconds. No damage. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. AoE the whelps. AoE the whelps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Start damage on Nick. Nice and steady, guys. Tanks, be sure you're generating threat too.
Range. Keep some mana for phase 2. Phase 1 is a joke.
melee, help. Spread out, guys.
Use bandage when you get shot by her.
Yep, melee, bandage your friend. See them low on health.
Breaths. 5 seconds. She could be doing one.
Alright, guys, we're getting close to phase 3. Get ready.
Shots up.
Move up those shots.
Gotta stop the dots at 42%.
Rose, you finish your strike. Here we go. Vanish, feign death.
Stop all DPS.
All DPS, stop. Stop all damage, guys. Rogues, if you've used Vanish, your threat is only up light DPS. Only rogue. Only rogue.
Yeah, but Onyxia's breath, aggro.
Heals on Ronfar. Heals on Ronfar.
Run to the
Keep
top.
Ronfar up. Guys, make sure you're not standing in front of Onyxia. She's not all back wall.
She turned and breath at the same time.
Yeah, that was weird. Just keep Ronfar up. You guys can damage. Start DPS.
Here's Gloves.
Whelps coming from west side. Get on the Whelps, guys.
Need a mage to Nova those ads.
Ronfar has solid right here. Let's get her down, guys. Nice and steady. You got enough to stay alive right now. Just don't get more Whelps and you'll be fine.
Pop your potions, mana pots, anything. Fear ward. Yo, Ronfar, remove your salve. You have salve on yourself, Ronfar.
Grab bandage.
Anybody has an innervate for healer? Paladin, if you have.
Don't want to do it up right now.
Paladin is up.
No, Paladin just died. Ron's up. Big heals on Ron here. Good job. Good job, guys.
Fear ward.
Yeah,
You have one left. Ronfar's gonna die.
On floor again.
Chop your heads up. Heal chop, heal chop.
Chop, chop, chop.
Keep it up, guys. We got this. Heal his head.
Heals on this.
Go, guys. We're doing good. Keep it up. Heal head. You guys got this. Keep it going. Chop, chop, chop. heals on Chop if you can.
Shit.
It's okay. He's not gonna breath for a sec. We're good. We're good. Good game.
Please
Shoot that.
kill her.
This is it right here.
Please kill her.
That's got this. Keep it up. Keep it up. Any cooldowns. Help pots.
Use your soul stone.
1%.
You guys got this. Keep going. Keep going. Keep hitting her. Keep hitting her.
You got, there she
There it
is.
is. There it is. And look
Christ.
at that. We don't have anyone to res.
Oh my gosh. Alright,
Bring
Beautiful.
mage number 4.
we'll run back.
If I'm Master Loot, is it safe for me to release and...
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, there's
If we have respawns, is there a warlock up? Yeah, there's a warlock up. That would be the best case. Would be he summons if there's respawns.
We probably don't have enough shards to summon everybody though, so...
Yeah, at least the Master Loot.
Clear for a second. If anybody
yeah.
has their jumper cables, res mass, or any of the other heroes, and I'll get everybody else up.
Well, you can still. You just need to summon the Master Loot. The other one, if you're the instant, you can get the loot. It would the range. There's no range on loot.
Okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead. I'll not zone in. If we can summon one of the healers. Crackman Dan's corpse is on the west side of the chamber.
Victor has the best macros, just saying. So,
that weapon that y'all reserved is in there too. And I want to add.
We had the same problem with phase 3, just the tank back.
What dropped?
The weapon that we reserved. I was hoping that they had us.
Look how Spellboy is rolling. Any teardrop?
You do 20,000 damage in the whole fight. You want loot. I think that's hilarious. I hate that.
so what are you saying? That somebody who came and put in the effort but didn't do as much damage as you doesn't deserve it?
No, I'm pointing it out. I mean, I don't care. They can win loot over me. They can win loot over anyone. I mean, they're here. They put in effort, like you said. I'm not saying anything. It just.
Backpedal, backpedal.
No, I just think it's funny.
I think it's funny that you would mention it. Instead of being happy that we fucking beat the motherfucker in a pug.
All I'm gonna say is, I'm glad Onyxia died.
How many tries did it take us? Like 4?
Yeah, I think it was 4. Not too bad.
Summon a resident, please, so we can ask Pac-Man.
Summon Smash, I'll res him.
I think it's Xenocrow. I think that's the warlock that's back there.
Yeah, it's no.
I just don't know how I would produce enough threat to really hold on to that shit. I'd have to do that weird ass fucking Fury spec. no other way.
For the bag, we will raid the roll to make it faster, because probably a lot of people need to go sleep.
If anybody already has the bag, just let Quack
Where's
know.
your body at? There you go.
It
Resin
is
coming.
unique after all.
Hooray.
It doesn't say unique on it.
It's just a bag you roll one out of
res is up.
40.
It's just buying on pickup.
Okay, let's go ahead and get this roll going. So that's just going to be whoever numbers lands they.
Right, I'm sorry. My mistake.
Works for me.
Number 19. Who is number 19? That is going to be Pugmaster, I believe. Guys, it's you don't roll. It's going to Pugmaster.
Oh, I see. I get it.
When I saw the 1 through 37.
Congrats.
I was like, wait, what?
Boy, right there.
$69 is an auto win, by the way, even if you roll 100.
Congrats, Gale.
Sexiest number.
Outstanding.
Winning with a 69.
Excellent.
My boy. Congrats, Valen.
Excellent.
So, Gale, you already won the head. So, I don't think you can win this too, just to be fair to the other hunters who haven't won anything yet. Thank you.
Congrats, Boots.
That's Elizmir with 74. Alright, congrats, Elizmir.
Damn.
Oh, that 99 though.
Jeez.
Well, you wasted it for the for the head.
Is Ancient Cornerstone Grimoire any good for healers?
I think it's mostly like a joke PvP weapon.
Damn, I think someone rolled 100 in there.
Yep.
I rolled a
even trap.
2.
Jesus.
Don't even trap is sitting at 100 right now.
That's literally the only thing I wanted from here, so I'm out.
Don't even trap. It's looking good for you. Congrats, my dude. Tonight is Hunter Night, apparently.
And that was it.
If you can wear it, you can roll on it. This thing is kind of derpy, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's silly as fuck.
Looking like Calcifer with a 92. Still looking at Calcifer 92. Congrats, Calcifer with the hottest, fattest loot from Onyxia. Congrats on the party trick. let's go ahead. I'll do that POE blue here. Number 9, that is going to be Blood Rain Hunter Hunter. Okay, and then before I finish off sending out loot, if you have 315 skinning, roll now if you want to skin on an Onyxia. Again, 315 skinning. Roll if you have. Going. Okay, congrats to me on skinning on Onyxia. And I'm just gonna send out the plastic greens. 21, that's gonna be Wisp with Arcane Resist.